Kamala Harris's journey to the precipice of the American presidency is remarkable. As the first female vice president, she has already etched her name in history. Born to immigrant parents, a Jamaican father, and an Indian mother, she embodies the aspirations of a diverse nation. From her early days as a prosecutor to her tenure as California's Attorney General, Harris established herself as a formidable legal mind and a fierce advocate for the marginalized. Her election to the United States Senate in 2016 further solidified her status as a rising star in the Democratic Party. Now, as the nation grapples with unprecedented challenges, Kamala Harris stands poised to make history once again. Her story, one of resilience and determination, resonates deeply with a nation yearning for progress and unity. The transition of power in the United States is always momentous, but a Harris presidency would mark a significant turning point. One of the most immediate challenges facing President Harris would be to assemble a cabinet and a team of advisors capable of tackling the myriad issues facing the nation. Given her reputation for seeking out diverse perspectives, Harris's cabinet would likely reflect the rich tapestry of American society. In her first days in office, President Harris would likely prioritize addressing the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Her experience as vice president, coupled with her understanding of public health policy, would be invaluable in navigating this crisis. Furthermore, Harris would likely move swiftly to address racial injustice, a defining theme of her career. Kamala Harris's policy priorities are deeply rooted in her personal experiences and commitment to social justice. One of Harris's signature issues is criminal justice reform. As a former prosecutor, she has seen firsthand the flaws in the criminal justice system and the disproportionate impact on communities of color. She has pledged to address mass incarceration, eliminate cash bail, and invest in alternatives to incarceration. Another key priority for Harris is healthcare. She supports the Affordable Care Act and has vowed to expand access to affordable healthcare for all Americans. Education is another area where Harris has made her mark. She believes every child deserves access to a quality education, regardless of their background. She has proposed making college tuition-free for families earning less than $125,000 per year and investing in early childhood education. Kamala Harris's commitment to social justice is deeply ingrained in her worldview. Throughout her career, she has consistently fought for the marginalized and the disenfranchised. One of the most pressing social justice issues facing the nation is systemic racism. From the criminal justice system to healthcare to education, people of color face persistent disparities and discrimination. Harris has pledged to make addressing systemic racism a top priority of her administration. Another key area of focus for Harris is gender equality. She is a staunch advocate for women's rights and has spoken out forcefully against sexual harassment and assault. Harris is also a strong supporter of LGBTQ+ rights. She has been a vocal advocate for marriage equality and has pledged to protect LGBTQ+ individuals from discrimination. Her administration would likely prioritize passing the Equality Act, providing comprehensive federal protections for LGBTQ+ people. The American economy under a Kamala Harris presidency would likely focus on inclusive growth, social equity, and environmental sustainability. Harris has consistently advocated for policies that promote economic opportunity for all Americans, while addressing climate change and income inequality. One of Harris's key economic priorities is raising the minimum wage to $15 per hour, lifting millions out of poverty and boosting the economy. She has also proposed expanding the Earned Income Tax Credit, providing tax relief for low and moderate income working families. Harris intends to make significant investments in infrastructure, proposing a $1 trillion plan to rebuild America's roads, bridges, airports, and water systems. This investment would create millions of jobs and boost economic growth. Kamala Harris's foreign policy vision is rooted in American leadership, diplomacy, and promoting democratic values abroad. She has pledged to restore America's global standing, rebuild alliances, and confront authoritarianism and human rights abuses. One of Harris's top foreign policy priorities is addressing climate change. She has pledged to rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement and work with other countries to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Harris supports investing in clean energy and creating green jobs. She has vowed to take a tough stance against China, criticizing its trade practices, human rights record, and military expansionism. Harris has pledged to work with allies to counter China's growing influence in the Indo-Pacific region. Another key foreign policy challenge would be the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Harris has expressed strong support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. She has called for increased sanctions against Russia and increased military aid to Ukraine. The prospect of a Kamala Harris presidency holds both immense promise and significant challenges. Her potential to reshape the American political landscape is undeniable, driven by her commitment to social justice, economic equality, and a more inclusive vision of American society. Harris's supporters see in her a transformative leader, one who can heal the divisions that have plagued the nation and usher in an era of progress and unity. However, Harris will also face formidable obstacles. The deep partisan divisions in American politics show no signs of abating. The challenges facing the nation, from climate change to economic inequality to racial injustice, are complex and deeply entrenched. Ultimately, the success or failure of the Kamala Harris presidency will depend on her ability to navigate these challenges, build consensus, and deliver on her promises of a more just and equitable America.